Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. We're starting off by flying again, aren't we? I'll tell you what, I'm loving all the flying that I've been doing lately. Now that we got our supply of gunpowder, we got rockets for days, months, weeks and years, and my numbers are slowly ticking up there on the tab screen. That's how many kilometers I've flown so far. But we are actually heading in a particular direction to do some resource gathering. Well, actually that was not quite the plan. In fact, I think I've gone past the place now. It should be over here somewhere. It's a nice Spikes Plains biome. Anyway, the other day I was flying over to the jungle because we went over there to get some parrots, and it reminded me that polar bears exist and that they drop mob heads, and we are trying to collect all of the mob heads. So I was scanning the area like I'm doing right now, going back and forth and having no luck whatsoever. Now this one, as you saw from the coordinates, is relatively close to the centre of the world, so I wouldn't be surprised if other hermits had been here, raided the packed ice biome. We could have actually flown over that thing, and it's probably just been raided, so I'd never have noticed. But yes, I'm guessing that all the polar bears here have been snagged or killed or something's happened to them. So I've got the coordinates of another one that's like 10,000 blocks away, and I'm just going to start off with a little bit of adventuring, flying around like this, hopefully seeing a polar bear. When I did it the other day though, as I said, oh, straight into a tree, wow. I had no luck whatsoever finding them. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to stay here till night time as well, because strays will now drop their skulls. So we're going to try and get a stray skull. And I just wanted to say thank you for all of the support on the last episode. Appreciate the engagement on the poll that I made. Hey, there's the packed ice biome. We're going to gather some of this stuff. 83% of you said you're really enjoying how the videos are going at the moment, which is really reassuring. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. And we're actually going to do another poll today as well. What does everyone say when they do instant mining? They say how satisfying this sound is. It's absolutely true. I feel very calm now that I've been in the area for a while digging all of this out. And you'll notice behind me that there's some packed ice left in the ground. Now me, what I usually do is I have to mine every single block, especially in deserts. So I go for all of the sand, even the stuff that's trapped in little holes and that. And I just figured, you know what, let's change how we do things today. So I've just left the stuff flat on the ground, and I'm not going to go digging down in the hole to pick up every single bit. We're going to do it like that, and my plan is to fill up a shulker box. I've got my ender chest, that's full of shulker boxes, so we can grab one, and later on we'll dye it light blue so we know what material it's for. But anyway, I mentioned the poll. We're doing a poll right at the beginning of this one, and it's to do with myth busting. It's simply, I don't know how I'm going to word it, but you can sort of rate the myth busting episode that came out yesterday, if you really liked it, if you thought it was okay, etc, etc, because I wasn't sure how great that video was. You see, I had a really good time making that video. I was just doing all these tests, experiments, finding all quirky stuff out about the parrots, and it didn't actually take me that long to record the episode in comparison to how I've done it before, and it made me wonder if perhaps I should have thought about the quality a little bit more, because I was just, you know, having fun recording and not really thinking about it too much. So there'll be a bunch of choices. As always, I appreciate the feedback. It does help with the videos, lets me know if I'm doing good or not, and yeah, thank you as always for participating. Rabbits now drop their corresponding heads as well, and this is one of the cruelest activities there is. Okay, I didn't get to kill it and have an attempt at getting the skull. That's kind of crueler, man. I drove the poor fella off a ledge. Not very good. It's night time now. We're almost done filling up my shulker box, but that means that some strays may spawn, and we're going to try and kill a few and get a skull of theirs as well. Get out of here, you scamp. Jeez, this fella stealing my packed ice. Oh, hello, hi, it's you, the stray. Did it drop? No, it dropped one of those arrows though. There is a lot of zombies in this area that were following me a second ago. So we got all of our packed ice, and now we're looking for strays, and they're not going to be hard to find at all, are they? This is the perfect place to get them. Okay, so that's 2 down and no skull. Okay, here's a 4th one. Those arrows are a bit of a pain, and there are a lot of other mobs on me. Let's move over in this direction now. I should really equip my shield, shouldn't I? There we go, that's going to help. That's much better. There's another stray. Let's whack this guy with an arrow. And he's down. Did he drop a skull? No, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while, peeps. There's a creeper. Let's go in the other direction. that number 5? 5? I haven't really been keeping count now. Number 6. Oh, with the enchanted bow. This is bad. Okay, now... And again. Oh, look at how many hearts I've got. Let's back off. Hey, we found the polar bear. Get wrecked, buddy. How much did they hit for? Wow! He dropped it straight away. That guy picked it up. I don't want to kill you. You look hilarious. Zombie bear. That's who we found right here. It's zombie bear. Sorry, buddy, but I need that head from you. Cheers. Cool, the rabbits are hard to hunt down as well. And we just got a rabbit skull. Nice. That's pretty cool. Look at my hotbar. When I shoot this guy, I'm actually using the arrow from the ones I killed a moment ago. Hello, here's another one. And here's another thing. They're especially hard to fight with the sword because they slow you, so you can't really charge at them. And therefore you've got to use the bow. And I've lost count of how many of these I've killed at this point. It has been quite ridiculous. I've been out here for a long time. 3 or 4 nights have passed. Still ain't getting that skull. I need to be killing these fellas with the sword, otherwise we don't get the looting effect, and that makes a big difference. You're 4 times more... No, 3 times? 4 times more likely? I don't know. A lot more likely to get the head if you're using the skull, and I'm very worried about my health again. Come on. There we go. Oh no, spiders! Spiders! I'm down to 3 hearts. That was a rough night, I tell you. And after I put my chest plate on, it wasn't as hectic, wasn't as losing many hearts. And somewhere at the end there, I'm not sure when it was, I actually got the stray head, which is seriously cool. I want to pop these on for a second. Or maybe not, because I'm covered in arrows and I look kind of ridiculous, don't I? So I'm just flying home, as you do. And then I see this thing appear and I'm like, whoa, I know what that is. And it occurred to me that I have... Hang on, let's press F3 and A. Hi, please load all these chunks. It occurred to me that I haven't actually seen this in person yet at all. This is my first time coming by Impulse's base, and ridiculous is the only word I've got for that. Wow, does that look gorgeous, this building down here. Oh my goodness me. This whole project, insane. I need to fly by here more often. I'm enjoying my flying. I'm racking up some more miles in the skies. You can see there quite a few people on as well. These skulls, man, they're so cute and adorable. I love them. Let's put on this one. Ah, that's very cool. That's a very good looking one. And then we've got the black and white rabbit hat as well. Hat, head, you know what I'm on about. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Cool, so we got more than expected because we've got the rabbit ones as well. And we're going to go look for some more skulls in a little bit as well as we prep for what we're going to be doing this episode. I'm going to put them out here on display for now because I like checking them out. And that'll actually lead us to a few more rabbit heads as well, which wasn't part of the plan, so I'm very happy about that. But right now we've got to walk over to the derp counter. I made a little bit of a mistake. Now I'm not sure if these will really count or not, so you can let me know with a comment if you think this should or should not count. But I'm going to press the button anyway. Okay. So when I did my poll, I made a spelling mistake. I spelled, if I could talk properly, spelled break the wrong way, as in like a car brake. Not a break like a vacation. Yeah, and that was kind of derpy. But I don't know if spelling mistakes should count because I get them wrong all the time, and that thing will fill up in no time at all. But that one's definitely going up there. And like I said, leave a comment. Anyway, here's another thing that I want to show you. So I was trying to explain what was going on with this little design by Cyan Gaming, and he's gotten in touch over Twitter and explained how this works for me even more, and it's brilliant, but it's something that I actually discovered ages ago and made a video about last year. So the bit that I couldn't understand is why there was this furnace on the end, and here's why. When you got redstone going over the top like this, it actually ignores it and it looks for the signal back here. So that comparator will never turn on until the signal strength is at its fullest, right? And this isn't set up the same way, but it should make the point. And that's really clever. So that's how the last bit of that works. It's only when the fullest signal strength, which means that the chest is completely full, that then the other comparator will turn on and activate the other light. It is really clever. I love redstone, little things like that. I didn't notice it when I was looking at it, but now it makes complete sense. Next operation of the day is to gather some sand. I've been mining a lot of this. I've got to be cautious. Yep, okay, well you didn't blow up any blocks, did you? Let's start again. Next operation of the day or the night is to gather some sand and also some gravel as well, as we're going to be using this to make some more concrete powder stuff. But as I'm out here in the desert, it did occur to me that of course rabbits will spawn out here as well. So there's a rabbit head that we can get, and husks. Husks is another mob for us to get a mob head from. And yeah, it's going to be quite a few for one episode, right? But I'm not going to bore you with more of me running around like a loon fighting mobs. I'm going to get these heads and report back when I've done all I need to do. There is trouble everywhere. And the trouble finally ends. It's been a while. The sand didn't take very long at all to gather, but the rest of this, my goodness me, it took some time. And as we fly back across, you will see that we have made an extraordinary impact on the landscape here. There has been mining for miles, and I mean miles. I was quite flabbergasted by the amount of sand that's been removed. Look at all of this. Absolutely crazy. It goes on for a while as well, and there's the end of it. I guess it takes a little bit longer to walk across than it does fly, but that took me a couple of nights. The drop rate is supposed to be higher. It feels very low. I must have killed about 20 or 30 rabbits and probably over 100 husks, but we finally got it. So with all of that sand and gravel gathered, we're able to make some white concrete powder, but I had a change of heart. I figured actually quartz and bone blocks might look better for what we're going to build next, although I'm probably going to need some help because... Oh, hi.
Did someone say skull?
I haven't got to the bit about the skull yet, Iskall.
I just sensed it. I sensed it, dude.
You knew I was going to say skull.
I sensed it. You said bone blocks, white, and I'm kind of Skull, you know,
yeah,
my name.
Yeah, I see it. Number 85.
Skull.
The other 84 were taken.
They were. That's a standing joke now, you know. The other 84 was taken, and the 86 is diorite infected.
Ooh.
So, you know.
Well, I've actually got some diorite with me because you know what would make a skull look really good. Some of this stuff. Look at it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's kind of like bony and grainy. This would make a beautiful skull. This wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it just, Iskall? Iskall, what you got in your inventory there?
I gotta, you know.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, dude. You know, it's.
Why are you going through my chests?
It has to be done. It has to be done.
Oh no! You don't. Not my door. No.
Quick. Okay,
I was saving that for a special project. Oh,
I gotta.
Oh no!
Yes,
Now I'm on fire.
You can bait in this. Never present diorite in my face. I will go through your storage system. I will find a flint and steel, and I shall burn it.
I am gonna pick up the rest of that stuff where you can take it away. I was foolish to think you'd ever go for it. No.
I'm not even gonna be considerate, man. I'm not even gonna be considerate. We gotta clean the server.
The server's got to be diorite free, right?
Yeah. Diorite free, dire cleaning.
Oh, ow.
Got that one. I think this place is looking fantastic. Mind you, just me say. I've been here quite often, but you've like done some crazy amount of stuff, dude.
Yeah. It's just got to that point where there's just enough here for the vision to really come together, you know. And
you know what this reminds me of in the middle as well. It reminds me of my. It reminds me that as well, and my single player series. Because I have like a pit in the center, which is like a square, just like this, and a walkway underneath.
Is there a farm at the bottom of the pit?
No, it's not as gorgeous as this. No, I have my mushroom farm, yeah, also set up, but not like I have a better one. This is pretty garbage, the one you have here.
The one that I've built, okay, it's not that great of a design, and then I've just decided to leave it alone for now, and I'll come back later on and fix it.
With so many people living on mushroom islands, though, it's gonna be it has to be.
You'd be surprised. There's quite a few of them spawn on there, and I go down there and get some cooked meat every now and then. But anyway, dude, I need some help. I was just thinking, you know, I'm not really good at freehand building, and you just happen to be in the area. You built a skull recently.
A plastic one.
Yeah, I'd really like to build a sort of not so plasticky one. And I was thinking just over here. Now, this sign says episode markers. So we're going to destroy that sign. I'm going to put my death Sigma things over here, right? So every time I die, which has only been 3 times so far, I create a little thing, like an item representing it, and then I'm going to put it in an item frame and keep it over here.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Now,
so how far in do you want this thing?
I want the skull to start pretty much just behind where this wall is. Or maybe, do you think it coming outwards a little bit would look good? If we think about what else is going on in this area, the derp counter over there comes out a little bit, so maybe it's best for it to actually start in this space. Like
I'm
right
just
here.
thinking that this thing in the background may be interfering with it a bit if it's down here.
It is a little bit close, but I don't think it's going to get in the way. There's actually quite a bit of space, you know.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So we bring it out a bit then.
Yeah. We'll probably start like a couple of blocks. The base of it can be like right.
Do you
before
want
these
the
slabs.
whole thing to be filled in the back? Because that's an issue. I can build the face of the skull, but I don't like building the other part. Or are you gonna like cover it up?
Let's just build the front today, and I'll see how it looks,
okay.
and maybe I'll
Very
do
fine.
some more another time. You know.
I'm not building it out of diorite though.
Nah, no
Stupid.
diorite, no diorite.
Okay. Okay.
I brought some other materials. So we got bones for bone blocks, and then we've got quartz. Don't burn it. It's not diorite. It's just quartz. Okay.
I will never burn quartz again. I know what happened last time when I burned vintage beefs. It didn't go down very well. I'm clearly the ice skull. Wow!
That's something pretty sweet, dude.
I'm proud of this. This is good.
Aren't you glad I was here to place all those blocks for you? So you could take all the credit.
Yeah, right. I hope that you...
Let me tell the peeps, I placed a total of 7 blocks, okay? And all of them got removed after I placed them.
I'm sorry, dude. But you were a good guide. You were a good guidance and stuff. I'm happy with it.
I think you did most of this yourself.
I'm happy with it though. And then, I mean, you add stuff behind the eyes or do whatever you want with it. But I should probably open like an Iskal Skull service.
You should totally do that. Hey, there'll be shops in the future in the community area. That would be a very unique shop, wouldn't it? The skull building.
Oh, dude, that looks good though. Look at it.
I do like it.
Scary, man.
When you were building it, we were discussing like moving it in or out a few blocks, but I think the way the cheekbones line up with the wall, that's kind of perfect.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and they do stick out one, I think, the cheekbones from the... Yeah,
they do a little bit. There's a tiny bit of depth. And dude, you've raised the bar now because like that in comparison to the derp counter, now the derp counter looks a little bit like what?
I don't know what... Yeah, I don't even know what it's supposed to be, but
it kind of looks like a silo, right? Like something's being filled up inside of it. But then now I've got to make something for mementos and heads. So that one's probably going to be like a Minecraft head, like a creeper head. And I don't even know what's going to go on the other side. But this area here is looking superb, man. Thank you for...
Nice.
Thank you
You know what? You know what's good here as well? Just pointing out. You get a color in the here that you don't have, and it pops. It just flows. Your eyes goes there.
Oh yeah,
and with the lighting, it's so gorgeous in the night.
Yep.
I'm proud, and now I'm out of here, dude.
And off he goes. Thanks for your help, Iskal.
Laters.
So there's not a lot more we're going to do with this skull right now, but I thought something I would get out of the way is putting something back on the eyes and the nose. They were actually open gaps, and you could see some stone through it. And so I've gone and extended it out by a couple of blocks at the top and just one block there at the nose, and I put some coal together because there's many different black blocks in this game, but I had loads of coal lying around and I like the texture of it. However, you're probably not going to see that texture. Let's grab an ender pearl. Speaking of which, earlier I killed an endermite when I was hanging out with Iskal, and it dropped an endermite head, another one of those ones we've added recently. Look at me now. Yep, kind of derpy, I love it. And looking over there, whoa, that just got really, like, evil looking. I mean, it was already looking pretty evil, but now that the eyes are dark, that's fantastic. Now, what colour should the eyes be? I do want to put eyes in the back of the skull, or maybe actually it having no eyes makes more sense, because it is a skull. But I feel like some eyes would give you, like, that evil feeling. So, I feel like we need something bright. Maybe some lime powder? Or something green. Anyway, green is the colour that I'm thinking of. That's interesting now with eyes. I feel like it works, and it has to be green, by the way, because I feel like it's got to match the colour theme for this floor. But I actually feel like when you go to the side, the eyes kind of follow you a little bit, but it don't look right to me. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm going to let you guys decide. We've already done a poll, though, this episode, so I guess you'll have to leave a comment. Let's see how it goes. Yes or no for the skull. And yes, obviously, to keep it. No, to get rid of them. I think it could go either way. Now that those eyes have been staring at me for a while, I really do like them, and I've got a fantastic idea for this project here. Oh, I'm going to have to save it for another day, though. We're going to do something very cool over there. Right now, though, we need to take care of something that I've been thinking about for a long time. I've been looking at it and going, this bit's going to be tricky. And where we've now built up the base over on this side, things are starting to look really complete and together. And it's time to tackle this thing. It is the space that I'm walking through right now, this gap between the ring at the top and this sort of squaring, I guess, down at the bottom. Yeah, we need to fill it in with something. And I was going to throw in an extra colour here, but I had a chat with Isco, and he reckoned actually what you should do is throw in some more grey colours and keep that kind of gap between the orange and the green, because the orange is very strong and the green is at a nice distance from it. So that's precisely what we're going to do, but I don't know particularly where to start, so I thought I'd start by talking. And I could also start by removing this as well. I'm going to grab a few blocks, start placing some stuff down, and just hope that we can make some progress. You know, hope that something clicks and we know what we're doing. So I think we're onto something here. This trim, gorgeous. Actually looks really nice, and it's going to break up the bottom from the top, although depending on your angle you might not really see it. This here, I've taken out the redstone blocks because we can power these with levers from back here, and they shouldn't bud power these, which is the problem we had before. So those redstone blocks that were a little bit garish to look at are gone, and let's just drop down below and look at that right there. So yeah, it's going to disappear behind other parts of that, which is actually, I think, possibly a good thing. You see, the grey is kind of merging there. Now that could be a good thing, or we might want some distinction, but I think we're probably going to end up with just greyness everywhere between these two floors. But then from up here you have another view as well. Well, if I'd have thrown that better, bam, you're looking down on this now, so we would see this gap here. So I think what we've got to look at doing is pulling these blocks back in that direction, and that will leave yet another gap. So let's say we just literally decided to do that, we end up with that right there. Okay, and I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem, or maybe I'll close it up by adding something behind it as well. Who knows? There's just some ideas rattling around from what I've built so far. I don't think that's gonna work. Oh man, it's so difficult to figure this one out, and it gets more problematic when you get over to that side with all of those things sticking out. It's one of those moments where it's like, oh man, if I'd have just known and I'd have built this, 3 or 4 blocks back further in that direction. Look, there was plenty of room for it as well, but it's done now. We're not going to rebuild it. We're not going to fuss about it too much. I think I'm going to change that black concrete counter to a cha-cha, and then where we got these bits that come further away from it, I've had an idea, and that's to use fire. And it occurred to me as I was running along staring at the space, and I jumped into the fire, okay, like this. I mean, what a newbie. And then I thought, wait a minute, fire. So where we have these little bits that stick out, I feel like there needs to be something above it, and fire could be that. Finally, I think we've arrived at something that looks pretty alright, and apparently I've missed a block over there, so let's go and fill that in. You also might have noticed some flames behind me. That is just because we've got fire right here. I was going to put some more things around this, but actually from down below, the view is just right. The flames just flicker over the top of the edge there, and that I really do like. But what we've gone and done is filled in all the space at a flat level back there with stone bricks, just like this. And you can see the levers, which you can see from up there, but I ain't too bothered about it. So yeah, I think that's how we're going to have to approach it now. We're going to have this trim going around, and then we're going to try and flatten off everything else like this, which actually don't look so bad from up here at all. It kind of makes sense, if anything. And yeah, that's how we're going to move forward. But then there's some finicky bits to deal with, like this here. So obviously I would like to remove this line. We wouldn't want to have that visible. So just over here where it's behind the wall, it's now going to steer off to the side and then come across underneath all of these blocks. And then that means there'll be some configuring going on around here. And I heard an endermite. There was another trick I wanted to show you as well. Redstone block. We're going to put that sucker right here. Okay, and then that means when we break these furnaces, if any of them go into the hoppers, they get stuck there and they don't automatically start up the sorting system, which is what would actually happen. It automatically starts itself. Not sure if that's the best idea or not. Maybe it'd be better to be able to see all the items that are ready to be sorted and turn it on at your own will. This was certainly a superb idea. I've been looking at it from many angles and I really do like it, and I thought of another finishing touch, so to speak, something else that's going to be a part of this that's going to make it look great. Right now I'm doing the bit where this sticks out, and you know what, it don't really look so bad. It'll probably look worse from up above, but these platforms just flattening out like this, very good. Now when we get to this bit here, well, that will need a slab so we can open that chest if ever need be. When we get to this bit here, the hoppers are going to provide some sort of see-throughness, and I don't really know how to deal with that. You know, you can see through the gaps, and yeah, we'll figure that out very shortly. Let's go and look at how it looks over on this. Actually, throwing an ender pearl would be better here. So on this side, the redstone comes up real close, but I think that looks kind of cool, especially when you're walking around the circle and looking in. You'll see some redstone down here. Now I can't put blocks here because those get pushed up, but I put some in on that side, and it's all looking pretty fancy. And the best thing is the fire looks fantastic, especially when you're looking in this direction. You got the skull up there. Look at that. Awesome stuff. It looks even better at night as well. So this gap is going to be a pain to put blocks under the hoppers. We could go in there and put some behind it. It's going to be real janky. Let's just put some stairs around it. Like that. Nice and simple. Very simple. Hide all of that stuff up. Very good. So the other elements that we're going to introduce here is some greenery. We've actually got a little bit of it dripping down from the top here, and this is just an idea I was messing around with. Because I figured, oh, do you know what? We got that there as well. I figured that it'd be pretty cool if we had some greenery hanging down over these areas from the top, like we have in the middle. And that's something I'm going to do. Not all of it right now, but just throw down some leaves and stuff here and there, and have some dripping off the edge a little bit. And that'll break up the greyness of this area as well. Just have a little bit more life in here. Yeah, it's going to take time to figure all of this out. Where the leaves go, the right balance. Little bits like that look fantastic, but I don't think we can overdo it. And over on this side I haven't actually done anything up here because I've got no idea how much that storage system is going to take up in terms of space at the top there. The whole thing though, I'm so glad we did that. That gap has been nagging me for ages, and now that it's done, this base this base is just looking more and more gorgeous every day. Did I say we need to check this out at night as well? Like, look at that over there, you know, a bit gloomy, bit miserable, not well lit up, and then that. Oh, so good. Yeah, the fires up there really, really work. My goodness me, does our base look stunning. This is really coming along so well. I am really in the flow at the moment and getting very, very motivated. Just every time I'm on here, things keep going swimmingly well, and that is just a superb sight. Let's go all the way up. And then nosedive. Wow, awesome. Yeah, I do like flying around a lot. I do enjoy it, and I'm racking up those miles in the sky. 360. Not bad, not bad. And the skull looking great. Anyway, that is going to be it from me this episode of Hermitcraft. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like on the video. Thank you for doing that. It always makes a difference, so thanks for the support. And what do you think of the skull, man? Leave a comment down below. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.